Hours after it became clear Donald Trump had won re-election as President of the United States, his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, delivered a message of hope in a concession speech, but underneath it all was some different emotions. In the early morning hours of November 6, 2024, Trump crossed the 270 electoral vote threshold and was declared president-elect. Since he'll serve non-consecutive terms, the 45th president will also be the 47th, and he'll be sworn in for the second time on January 20th, 2025. The Trump camp is understandably jubilant over the result. Just as understandably, many of Harris's supporters are despondent, given that the election was often spoken of as an existential moment in U.S. democracy. So they look to their candidate to give them some solace as she delivered her concession speech the afternoon of November 6th. Her words, at least, did offer that. She said her heart was full of gratitude for the support she got and full of love for the country. Harris added that as long as people keep fighting for it,
the light of America's promise will always burn bright.
Viewers couldn't help but notice, though, that Harris's dark plum suit seemed to match her underlying mood. Body language expert and behavior analyst Tracy Brown told Grunge that the vice president's demeanor exuded a combination of sadness and hopefulness. Brown pointed to specific moments during Harris's speech where the vice president's gestures and facial expression made it clear what she was feeling beyond words. Brown pointed out that Harris's voice wavered as she was saying the light of America's promise line in a way that was, quote, leaking sadness. The behavior analyst noted that emotions like that are almost impossible to fake. Brown noticed another waver, too, when Harris talked about ensuring a peaceful transfer of power.
That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny.
Brown pointed to a few moments that indicated hopefulness, too. For one, Harris put her hands together in what Brown described as a prayer pose when encouraging her supporters to accept the results of the election. There was a similar moment near the end of the speech when Harris made an analogy about this being a period of darkness for many of her supporters.
Only when it is dark enough can you see the stars.
Brown did notice one more key emotion in Harris's body language throughout the speech: anger. The analyst didn't cite any specific moments, but she noted some times when the vice president's voice became a bit harder and furrowed her brow. Brown said that she hadn't seen Harris demonstrate this kind of emotion before, which is understandable given the immensity of losing a presidential election. It's certainly a contrast to how Harris presented herself at the Democratic National Convention back in August, where the overriding theme was joy. One moment where it seemed clear Harris was feeling some fury was this one, in which Harris said she would never give up the fight for a future where women in America
have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have their government telling them what to do.
Another seeming moment of anger cropped up when Harris discussed protecting kids from gun violence in schools, saying, "The fight for our country is always worth it." Harris did close out her roughly 11.5-minute speech on a hopeful note, returning to the star analogy. She told supporters to fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars.
The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service.